What's up, you guys?
Howdy.
It's officially spring.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, I know. I've been suffering. I was just telling them earlier that I feel like I've gained a pollen allergy living in the South.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Like, I didn't used to be. I'm only allergic to dust and dust mites, as I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
But this past weekend, I was sneezing every, 10 seconds.
I just think it was crazy that last week before, what was it, the 20th? Was the first day of spring? There was no pollen anywhere.
Sure.
I was leaving to go to lunch and there was nothing on my car. The next day, I'm leaving to go to lunch and my whole windshield, everything, it's like it knew the exact day to go. Whoosh.
Yeah. It fascinates me that it's like yellow paint in North Carolina when it rains. I had never seen anything like that
Really?
in my whole life.
Now you've lived, Kehela. You've lived.
Yeah. Yippee! I get to suffer with sinus infections and Claritin. And
Yeah, what are you taking, by the way? Do you take anything?
I take off-brand Claritin.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna spend that money, girl. Loratadine.
Flonase, Claritin,
Flonase.
Benadryl. You know the knockoff Benadryls are the perfect sleep aid too, by the way.
Benadryl? Because it knocks you out.
Just putting it out there. Don't take two, just take one. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So there.
So Gina, you posted a question on Facebook.
Did?
I think today. That I want to talk about. Because
Okay.
I think it's interesting that a lot of people I know have different views on this. They can see it as controlling. They can see it as necessary. Go ahead and tell us, what did you ask our audience?
Do you share your location with your partner on the phone? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. So,
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm such a technologically challenged person. I don't even know how to do that.
It's easy.
I mean, I know if you open up your Snap or whatever, it's going to show your location, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's an option. I turn it off on my Snapchat because it's like, I don't want people knowing where I am.
Yeah, and then there's that, app, that Life 360
Yeah.
thing? Okay, but
Yeah. My mama still has me on Live 360. It's a crazy world. I have her too. I know where she's at.
And she's a good mama and you're a good daughter. Because,
And if I don't, I think before we cover what our listeners, because I read some of the comments earlier and I was like, wow, this is interesting. So a lot of people see it as controlling. And I think it just depends on the user, how you are using it. If you are constantly stalking where your partner is, checking it every hour, it might be a little unhealthy.
Yeah.
It might be a little unhealthy.
There might be a trust issue or two there.
Yeah. Whereas if it's a safety thing, if my boyfriend is 2 hours late from work and I haven't heard from him, I'm like, let's make sure he's not dead in the ditch.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because, I don't know, it's a sense of relief, I guess. For me, it's just an extra safety concern.
Yeah, and I have such a long commute. And I mean, all I do is drive to work, come here to the studio, drive home. That's all I do. Like I said, I'm probably sharing my location now. I don't even know how to do this, but I don't care. I mean,
it's a red flag if your partner won't share their location with you.
I would say I would let them off the hook on one condition. If they were shopping for me and they wanted to surprise me with something, you might get a get out of jail free pass thingy with that.
Because I think you could just turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah. And then I would say, hey, I would say, I'm going to go shopping for you. I don't want you to know where I'm at. And I will turn it back on once I figure out how to turn it on and off. But yeah, but if you're out and out just saying, no, I'm not going to share it. Yeah, that would kind of make me feel kind of ick.
What are you hiding?
Exactly.
Because I think, obviously, like I said, it depends on the user. I'm luckily not a crazy person. I know plenty of people.
I'm not going to go that far and talk about myself.
I can get a little crazy.
We all got a little crazy.
We all get a little crazy. But, it's because if it's for a safety reason, I do think it's a little weird. What are you hiding?
Yeah.
If you're just someone who goes to work and comes home, what are you hiding? Why do you not want to share it?
Yeah.
My boyfriend, Without question, I
if your
share it with
partner,
them.
or if your partner has a health issue.
Oh yeah.
You know, do you know how many
a good
times
point.
people can be like behind the wheel and just have a heart attack and, go in the ditch and
You never know.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So what are some of our listeners? I want to hear from them.
Okay, do you share your location with your partner on the phone? We really don't share location, but we do have forward pass on both vehicles. So if something happens, we know where each other is at. That's pretty cool.
What's that? Forward
I don't know.
pass?
That's bouge, right?
I'm bouging.
Yes, instead of wondering why he isn't home late to a job site or me texting, where are you? I just peep his location. It's not because we don't trust each other. It just omits a lot of texts and calls.
That's a good point.
Okay.
That's a great point. Because like I've definitely used it for okay, he's late from work. Okay, but he's safe and he's at the office. So I'm not going to bug him and be like, where are you at? Because then I feel like I'm nagging, which I know is not the situation. It's you should be allowed to ask your partner, like, hey, you okay? But it just removes that having to do that.
Exactly.
Like, okay, I know they're safe. I know they're good and they'll be home.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It's one less thing to have to worry about in this world. Oh my gosh.
Yes, there's too many things.
Somebody said no, but I do share with my parents and my kids. LOL.
That's crazy. Why?
Okay, this is interesting. Oh, this is from Letta. No, because he has a dang Android. However, there is one friend that we have shared our locations with each other years, and we live in different states with each other years, and we live in different states. Okay.
So you can they can call their one friend that has both their locations and be like, hey, what's he doing?
And Carol said yes, and my daughter and 2 of my 4 grandkids. So, yeah.
So nobody's being shady in our listener.
No.
Unless you guys aren't speaking up.
Yeah.
And if you are, I want to hear a good reason as to why you
would not.
So far, I can't think of one.
No.
If you think it's
what are you keeping a secret?
Prying, and if you think it's a violation of your privacy, then how serious is that relationship? I guess, okay, if I was dating somebody for 2 months and they're like, share your location with me, I'd feel a little weird about it.
Oh, here's another question, Kehela.
Yeah.
And when you first start dating someone, what's the time parameters that you
would ask
bring this up and ask that? Are we going to do this? So, you're getting a jump start and you're not way deep into the relationship for a year or 2, or you're living together and they're like, by the way, we need to share our locations. Oh no, I'm not doing that.
That's kind of what happened with my current boyfriend and I, because we've been together for almost 8 years. I haven't been on the dating scene in a minute. But I would definitely say that probably a year would be somewhere in there. A year plus.
Yeah.
I feel like before that it gets a little, unless they have a dangerous job. Like I have a friend whose boyfriend is a lineman. He's only home on the weekends. He's constantly on the road. And usually he doesn't really have enough phone service to send a text or a phone call. So the Find My iPhone, you can see, okay, he's safe at a hotel or he's safe on the road. But yeah, we have been dating for I think 5 years, and we realized we didn't have each other's locations. And something had come up where I think I didn't have enough service to receive phone calls or texts, and I was driving to visit him, which was a 3-hour drive, and he wanted to make sure I was okay, and he couldn't reach me, and he couldn't see where I was. Whereas with Find My iPhone, no matter what service you have, I think it still activates because it's a GPS thing. Mm-hmm. So even if you don't have the service, you can see where they are, and it's updating constantly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I think it's a great safety feature, and you can find your own. If you lose your phone and you have an iPhone, not an Android, maybe Android has something similar, you can use somebody else's phone to ding your phone if you just lost it. So, and I lose things all the time. So it's great to know, okay, and you can see where it is. So you left it at the gym or something.
Now, what's the difference between that and the Apple Tag? Because I am so technology and me just aren't friends.
Apple Tag is if you have.
You can't put an Apple Tag on your Apple phone. Is that how that works? I don't know.
So I feel I think the Apple Tag, the way it works is you put it on stuff and you can see where they are on your phone.
Okay.
So if you lost your phone, you can't see where that stuff is.
Then you're SOL.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But you could find your phone if you have your location shared with somebody.
Yes.
So then you're set to go.
Mm-hmm.
I saw like a TikTok recently too about this, where more and more kids are using stuff like Life 360 and Find My iPhone to track where their parents are, and like if they're at like a restaurant or something that they like, or they're trying to sneak like sneak desserts or something somewhere that their kid, they don't want their kids knowing. Their kids are calling them up and saying, "What are you doing?
Wow.
What do you think you're doing?"
Well, if you have some sort of ulterior motive and you don't want to share that location, if you're trying to cheat in this day and age with all this technology, it's not if you're going to get caught, it's when you're going to get caught.
It ain't going to work, girl.
You're gonna get caught. I don't care.
Engineer over here for today.
I want to say that I've seen people catch people cheating on their Venmos. You can track through their Venmos because you can see like who's Venmoing them, where they spending their money on. Even I've seen people track that they're cheating through like their Apple Fitbit and stuff like that. Like there's girls out there that can go to a whole different level of finding you and tracking you down. And figure out what you're really doing.
Oh, your Fitbit?
Yeah, because like you can track like what they're doing, and I mean, like, look, like what if in the middle of the afternoon they got a lot of exercise done?
Like that heart rate went.
Yeah, girl, what caused that heart rate?
For 2 minutes.
Dang. Not worth it.
Okay, that's another BOBCAST.
Side note, we did. While we're on the topic, we used to have an upstairs neighbor that we infamously called Minuteman, and I want you to guess why.
Oh no!
Anyway, that poor girl.
Oh my gosh!
Don't cheat.
That's bringing up a scene that I saw on the Tudors the other night. I'm streaming that, by the way, but it was more than a minute for sure. Okay. All right. We're really going down the ramp of...
We're spiraling.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of week. If you find a good reason not to share your location with your partner or someone you care about, comment below, because I'm going to argue against it.
Yes.
I want to see what you can come up with. And, because I know it. I know it ain't going to be good. I know it ain't going to be good.